Hey, Buckaroo friends, it's me, Sheriff Andrew. Oh, it's so great to be with you again this morning. With me today is my Tom-tastic friend, Tom Tweety.
Hi there, Buckaroos. Wait, did you just say I'm your best friend?
Well, I said that you are my Tom-tastic friend.
Wowzers! What does Tom-tastic mean?
You know what? I have no idea.
So you just made up a word?
Hey, guess what, kids? You know what today is? Today is Easter.
What's Easter about?
Well, Tom Tweety, Easter is all about celebrating what Jesus did so that we could be a part of God's family.
A part of God's family? Tomzers! That's incredible!
That is pretty Tomzers? Tomzers?
Isn't that what you did? Throw Tom into another word and ta-da! New word!
Oh, right. So,
Wowzers plus Tom. Tomzers.
okay, great. Anyway.
Andrew plus Tom. Tom Drew.
Tom, okay. Anyway, before we get... Well, today we're going to talk all about Easter. But before we do that, I want to sing a song with you and also play a game. So, Tom Tweety, why don't you go get ready for the game while I sing a song with the kids? Sound good?
Tom-tabulous!
Okay. All right, we're going to sing a song now. Are you ready? Keldy is going to help me with today's song. Is that okay, Keldy? Yeah. Thank you for helping. Okay, so today's song is called Wiggle, Wiggle, Wiggle. And it's pretty easy. It goes like this. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle your fingers. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle your fingers. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle your fingers. God made all of me. Okay, and then the chorus goes like this. God made our fingers. God made our toes. God made our ears. God made our nose. Easy? All right, let's try it from the beginning, okay? Here we go. So we're going to start with wiggle your fingers, okay? So I always like to loosen up and just loose because it just helps a little bit. Okay, you ready, Keldy? Okay, Keldy's going to help me with the moves. Here we go. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle your fingers. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle your fingers. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle your fingers. God made all of me. Now we're going to go with toes. Ready? Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle your toes. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle your toes. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle your toes. God made all of me. God made our fingers. Show me your fingers. God made our toes. Show me your toes. God made our ears. God made our nose. Good job. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle your... Oh, what is next? Your nose. Here we go. No, your ears. Sorry, friends. I know what I'm doing. Okay. Wiggle, wiggle your ears. Ready? Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle your ears. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle your ears. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle your ears. God made all of me. And then wiggle your... Okay, here we go. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle your nose. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle your nose. It's too hard. Let me wiggle yours. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle your nose. God made all of me. God made my fingers. God made my toes. God made my ears. God made my nose. That's it. That's the whole song. What do you think? Maybe we'll try it again next week, and I promise to do some practicing. Thank you, Keldy. That was really great. Okay, so we sang our song, and before we get to our story, I want to play a game with you. Now we can't have an Easter egg hunt together because we have to stay away from each other for a little while so the people can be safe. But we can still have a virtual Easter egg hunt. So this is how it's gonna work. Okay, ready? Okay. Tom Tweety has hidden 3 eggs. A blue egg, an orange egg, and a purple egg. And I'm gonna show you all 3 eggs hidden somewhere in this tree back here. And you're gonna try and find them. And when you see an egg, you have to shout out its color. Either orange, or purple, or blue. Okay? But here's the deal. You have to find all 3 eggs before Tom Tweety does. Because he's gonna be looking for those eggs too. Do you wanna try? Okay, get ready. I mean, get eggy, get scrambled, go. Hey, Tom Tweety. Thanks for hiding those eggs so well. All right, my buckaroos. Now it's time to listen to today's story. Here we go. Today's story is about Easter, where we celebrate what Jesus did so that we can be a part of God's family. Jesus was God's son. He came to show us how to be with God. He was born in Bethlehem to Mary. That's what we celebrate at Christmas time. We celebrate Jesus' birthday. Well, when Jesus was grown up, he went out and he started telling people all about the kingdom of God. Jesus did many miracles. Only God can do miracles. He fed 5,000 people with just 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread. Jesus also healed the sick. One day, Jesus knew it was time for him to do what he came to earth for. So he went with his friends to Jerusalem, a big and very important city. Jesus' friends found a donkey for Jesus, and Jesus rode it into Jerusalem. The people of Jerusalem came out to greet Jesus and laid palm branches at his feet. They shouted and praised Jesus. This was the first Palm Sunday. But the rulers in Jerusalem didn't like Jesus. They decided they needed to get rid of Jesus. Well, Jesus knew what the rulers planned. So Jesus spent one last evening with his closest friends. Even though Jesus was very important, he washed their feet. He told his friends that they should love each other and take care of each other. Then Jesus shared a very special meal with his friends and explained to them that he was going to go through something terrible and that they should remember him. He also told them not to worry. He was going to prepare a special place for them where they could always be his forever friends. Then Jesus and his friends went to a garden to pray. That night, the rulers of Jerusalem came and arrested Jesus. All day, the rulers of Jerusalem accused Jesus of lying about God. But you and I know Jesus was telling the truth about God. The rulers decided Jesus should die. That evening, Jesus died on the cross, and his friends were very sad. Jesus had done nothing wrong. In fact, he had done everything right. but they didn't remember what Jesus told them during the special meal. Jesus was preparing the way so that his friends could live with him forever and be forever friends with God. Jesus died and was placed in a tomb, and a heavy stone was rolled over it. Well, on the morning of the third day after Jesus died, 2 angels appeared and rolled the stone away. But Jesus wasn't in the tomb. Jesus' friends came to see what had happened, and they also saw that the tomb was empty. They were a little scared. Where was Jesus? Then Jesus showed up, and his friends couldn't believe it. Jesus had risen. Jesus was alive. They were amazed and very glad. Jesus spent some time with his friends and told them he was going to God, but not to worry. He was preparing a place for him. He told his friends to love each other and to tell everyone around the world about him and how, if they believed, they could also be Jesus' forever friends. Well, that's it for today, my Buckaroo friends. I miss you and I can't wait to see you again, but we have to say goodbye for today.
I miss you too, Tom Tommians.
Tommians?
Mm-hmm. Tom plus friends.
Okay. Tom, Tweety, you're such a goofball.
Correction, I'm a tomball.
Okay. All right. That's it, Buckaroos. Talk to you next week. Talk to you later.